lessons off the streets. Rainfall washes away the memories in binary. Salvation bathes us in its glow. We look up to the sky and dream of Neo-Tokyo. Let go, take flight. Dreams begin to reignite. So clear, so bright. We're glowing in the dead of night. Plug in, online.
Hi, welcome aboard. I am Cosmo the Mage. The great debut is finally here. Um, it's taken a while to get here. It's been one of my dreams and goals, but it's finally happened. So I'm here. Hi. Great debut here. So far, no scuffage, so I'm I'm pretty happy for that. But no guarantees. You know how it is. Hello, Stargazer. Hi. What is going on? Welcome in, Star Captain Gemini, Creative Goblin, Creative War Goblin, and Stargazer. What is up? Welcome in. Um, yeah. So I was super nervous all morning. I didn't get much sleep, even though I was exhausted last night. So I really didn't think I'd have the energy for it today, but coffee really goes a long way. In fact, I've still got coffee. So yeah, I'm here. I'm happy. Usually, I mean, I did a test recording of myself just to test, the microphone output and everything, and I don't know. It just the nervousness just kind of melted away. So I'm happy to be here. But hi, I'm Cosmo the Mage, a new tuber. Um, I don't know. See, I originally planned on maybe just like a yapping debut. I may play something I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Usually these things involve a lot of talking, so we'll see. We'll see where the coffee takes me. So, um, I am a I guess a little bit of lore. I'm still kind of working on that, and to be honest with you, I'm probably just gonna release a video entailing all the lore. So, but I am a mage. I study cosmic powers. I'm supposed to be studying right now, but I'm not because I like video games and I play video games. So here I am. As far as categories go for games that I like to play, I specialize in horror, but doesn't mean I always play horror. I play a lot of it. I ain't afraid of no ghost, so there's that. So I am gonna try to lean towards more variety. So kind of like if it's new and it's kind of enticing to me, I'll probably stream it. I dabble a little bit in FPS. I'm not great at it. In fact, I just got back into Apex, and I'm trying. I'm trying. I've got, I guess on this season, I've got a couple dubs with some friends, of course. Not the greatest, but I mean, only one way to get there. So I'm trying. I'm trying. So I'm hoping to pick that back up and hopefully be able to be better at it. I guess. So oh, it's kind of quiet. So let's throw on a little bit of background noise here. Hold on one second. One second. There we go. Okay. So um, yeah. Uh, so obviously you can tell from my design that I really like purple, and so I incorporated a lot of it. This all my credits are down at the bottom of my page at the bottom there. So um, needless to say, I've gotten all this commissioned, and I did wait for a little bit, but it finally came through. There isn't a lot going on with this model, so most people when they start out, and I will too. I will recommend if you're interested in this type of thing, starting out on something like this. Usually, people recommend go ahead and get started with like a PNG tuber or something like that. I took half step up and went live 2D. But that does not mean by I'm glad you guys like the music. That does not by any means, I'm not saying, because a lot of people get the misconception that I got to spend a lot of money to become a really, have a really nice model and stuff. And you know what? You can if you want, but it's not really recommended because you may find later on that, okay, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe it's not as fun as I want. And it all depends on your goal alignment. See, I'm here to have a good time. I'm hoping to make friends along the way. Maybe we do some collabs, but it's certainly not the goal. Thank you. It's certainly not the goal of mine to oh, I'm here only to make money. I'm here to no, not at all. I'm here to have fun. I'm really happy to be part of the sphere, if you will, and you know, what comes comes. You know, I'm not gonna rush the process. You know, and I'm certainly not gonna, you know, change if anything does, you know, blow up, if you will. I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna have fun. This is a very fun hobby of mine. I very much still work a full-time job, but oh, so the song changes. Let's have that on repeat. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to make some friends along the way, and you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm hoping I can entertain and create a community. So yeah, I'm here. I'm finally here. Um, Cosmo the Mage has been a name of mine for kind of a hidden name of mine for a while. There's a lot of conceptualization that was happening, making this, creating all this. So it's come a long way, and it's finally here. I've been talking about it for a long time. I've been a fan of a lot of tubers for a long time. I've been to cons. I'm part of some communities. I'm not very big in some communities, but some of them I am. Some of them I chat up a bit. But I'm just happy to be there. I'm happy to support anybody that is also part of the community. You know, we are entertainers. We are here having fun. I hope we're having fun. So yeah, and I'm happy to be a part of it as well. So thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of my debut. Many more streams to come. Like I said, I do work a full-time job, so for the most part, I'll probably be streaming maybe 2 to 3 days out of the week, maybe. Excuse me. So I'm gonna try to stay as consistent as possible as far as timing goes. I operate out of CST, North America, so you know, I apologize if it's late for you or nighttime. I'll try to adjust my timings a little bit, but either way, I'm happy. I'm happy that anyone shows up at all. So, and I'm especially happy that you guys are here. So, thank you so much for coming by. Again, so Cosmo, man, it just is not repeating, is it? Whatever. We'll just let it roll. Here we go. We'll just roll with that. Okay, so Cosmo the Mage. I specialize in. Oh, thank you, Star Captain. Thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure discovering your page as well. Like I said, guys, please go check her out. She is really entertaining to watch, really funny too. So please go support her. But obviously, as you can see, I like space a lot, and I like purple, so all that's been incorporated. So I had all this commissioned, and I didn't know what to expect when I had, you know, the idea, but it definitely came out better than I hoped to, and I'm super excited. I'm just super happy. As far as toggles goes for this model, again, I don't have a ton. I don't even have full, you know, I can't control my hands, so I'm kind of paralyzed. So not IRL, but just the model doesn't move. So obviously I have face tracking. I can remove the hoodie, kind of revealing the hair, and I've got a couple face toggles. So I've got serious Cosmo. I've got a happy Cosmo, obviously, as you can see that, because I'm ecstatic to be here. I do have Sag. I apologize. Let's turn that down a tiny bit. Okay, there we go. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I was really worried about that. So, kind of learning as we go. So yeah, Sag for inevitably when I lose a game, which is gonna happen, which, hey, that's just a part of it. And then where is it? Mage. You can't be serious. There's no way. So, but mainly mainly it's gonna be my main face toggle, just kind of, you know, serious. Although most of the time I might be happy. So we'll see. But yeah, again, I don't know what I have in store for today. Mainly yapping about, kind of just debuting, showing off the model. Again, long time coming, and I'm finally here. I'm finally happy to be here. Yeah, so let's see. I've covered that. Yeah, so I'm not really good at. I really didn't plan out like kind of my debut. I kind of had an idea, but like I didn't really know what to talk about. So just kind of just trying to cover the bases here. Um, Full size view, yeah, sure. Hang on. Here we go. I got the steppies. One steppy. Went one stompage. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was really happy with the model too. And this is, I guess, if you will, kind of my model of 1.0. Um, so I'm hoping, to either improve on this model or, maybe make a new one. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. But the theme will kind of still be the same. Overall, kind of sorcerer style. Um, I had a lot of different ideas when I wanted to become who I am now, but this one kind of stuck. And I drew a lot of inspiration from a couple different places, but for the most part, the model came out exactly how I wanted it to. So, a couple alterations here, a couple customizations there, and here I am. I'm super happy to be here too. Um, I don't. I guess I don't really have anything pulled up, but I guess I can show you. I guess some of my screen transitions. A lot of stuff again was customized to the way I want it. So here, when eventually, and again this may still be a thing today, when I eventually do decide to game, this is what it'll look like. Yeah. So we got a little gaming screen. Obviously, the game will be captured in the background. So I've got that. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was ecstatic with that too. That one I was pretty keen to making sure that did happen because I am a fan of the transition screen, and it took me a while to actually get the timing right. And sometimes, depending on the scene, it won't. Okay, so that time it worked. Sometimes it gets ahead of itself, but I was just super ecstatic that yeah. So I've also got the swoosh. I've got a be right back screen as well, and then obviously I've got a ending screen as well. All kind of just going with the aesthetic of Mage and space. So, but again, everything lore wise, I'll probably make a video out of and post it. Working on a Discord, being an edgelord, huh? Yeah, I mean, so appearance may be kind of edgelord-ish, but personality probably not. I don't really see myself as such, but I mean, it is what it is. But so, lore video gonna be worked on. I have a Discord working, but so here's the deal. So I am just one person. I have managed to do all this myself, with the exception of commissioning my model. So I'm kind of, just working on it. So Discord in the works. There's so much stuff when it comes to Discord to set up the channel for the community. And I do have a Twitter/X. I do have an Instagram as well. I don't know, although it's probably recommended that I make a TikTok. Maybe, maybe. I don't normally browse TikTok, so like I wouldn't even know where to begin. But I mean, I may make one. I may make one. So, um, but all in the works. All in the works. It's coming slowly. Again, I'm just one person. I don't have any management or anything like that. Maybe in the future, maybe, but we'll see. Do I have a name for the Discord server? No, I don't. That's another thing. That's another thing. So, I don't even. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, so say I do set up a community, I wouldn't even know what to call everybody. Like, everyone's got like community names. Same thing with the Discord. I have no idea. Like, I'm just blowing my mind. Like, I have no idea what I would even, name it. So I feel like it'll come to me eventually. I'll figure it out. So, and same thing with the YouTube. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go back, edit videos, and make stuff happen. Maybe some clips, stuff like that. But we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. So, got to start somewhere, I suppose. So, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, but I'm just one little guy. So, you know, over time we'll get there. So, but hey, like I said, I'm just super ecstatic to be here. Yeah, exactly. Step by step, exactly. So, 1 foot at a time. But I'm just happy everybody's here. Thanks. One cool guy. I'm just happy that everybody's here. Even if nobody showed up, if nobody showed up, that's fine. Again, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna bother me that my channel doesn't get seen. That my channel doesn't really. I'm gonna be here, do my thing anyways. I'm not gonna really let it get me down. Prior to this, I was an IRL streamer, and that was moving. That was moving. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of VTubers. So, a friend introduced me a couple years back, and I just fell in love with the idea. And, models are nice, but I really cared more about the people behind them, the personalities. Because at the end of the day, you could have a really nice model, but if you don't have a really, genuine personality, no one's really gonna bother, right? So, like, that's what I cared about the most. People make fun of me. Oh, you just like that tuber because they look like this. Like, no, not at all. I genuinely am entertained by this person. They seem genuine. Great personality. So that's what I'm here for. And I'm gonna support them no matter what. The goods, the bads, the ups and downs. So we'll see. We'll see. Exactly. I don't think anything will change that. Well, if I get there, I get there. I don't. In the meantime, we're gonna have a blast. So it really does. It makes a huge difference. It really does because, you know, um, and there are obviously some people out there that are just, we all like what we like, and some people are just interested in the model, and that's fine. You like what you like. That's cool. What that's you. That's fine. But again, me personally, I really enjoy the person behind. I don't want to say the mask, but the person behind the model. Because a lot goes into it. You know, their own personal traits, their own thing, their own heart, their own dreams. They're all behind it all and brought to life via, you know, the screen. So it's a lot easier to be natural than to act or try to be a persona. And exactly, come exactly. Well said, well said. um, and some people pull it off really well. Some people put on a persona, and it works out for them. That's fine. I certainly am not. I don't have a persona. This is just me. I don't think it's kind of hard in my opinion. I've seen some people really pull it off with maintaining immersion, and I thought about it too. I was like, do I really want to fully go persona on it, or do I want to just be me? And I think it's just easier and less exhausting to just be yourself than to put on a persona. Again, some people can do it, and more power to them. To me, I just think it would be personally exhausting. So I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna, do me. So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so far no scuffage. Everything is going well as far as I can tell. If you guys have any, notes to add, maybe volume. I'm kind of still experimenting with it all. And my test videos seemed okay, but if you have any suggestions such as volume, maybe I'm lagging a little bit, please don't hesitate to say anything. Um, Everything's appreciated. I just want to make sure it works out well. And of course, I can only control what I can control, obviously. Otherwise, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to keep things as best I can. Best I can. So, yeah, how are you, chat? Is everybody doing okay? Thank you. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you. again, guys, make sure if you can go check her out. Um, I found her through Instagram, and I'm really glad I did because I was enjoying every clip and genuine person, guys, genuine person. Really, really fun to watch. Way better at Apex than I am. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, she's a shooter, that's for sure. Take a sip from this coffee here. Oh, that's probably not the best thing because I've got the nervousness and it'll probably add to the jitters. So, you know, we'll see, we'll see. So, um, I don't know. I really thought about playing something, but again, the only thing I can really think of is playing my usual horror games, and I really don't. Not everybody's up for that. So I don't think I will this time. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. Just a simple video today, debuting and showing off. Oh, there's a tough question. Ooh. So, like I said before, I do play horror games. I do play a lot of fighting games as well. I've been in the fighting game community for a long time, arguably decent at it. So, I don't want to say I do have a favorite game because for me, it kind of changes either by the day or by the hour. It's just really what I'm feeling. I grew up with a lot of favorite games, but I don't think I currently have one. I think I just have games that I play a lot of. My usual horror is going to be Phasmophobia. I've got a lot of hours in that game. I think I've got close to, I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but close to 500. Um, yeah, that's my usual horror game is Phasmophobia. Figuring out the ghost, detective style. Started horribly. Now I'm to the point where I can almost identify the ghost without any need of evidence, the telltale signs. So it ends up being more speed runs than anything. And there are some instances where it's like, well, okay, this is not working out, But yeah, yeah, I spend a lot of time on it. I'll go ahead and say it. I don't normally say these type of things, but I want to say I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it. I've got a few people interested in it. I've taught them what they know today. Then they take it and run with it. So, Phasmo Master, you studied ghosts instead of magic. That is a valid statement. I really did. I think I took the wrong course of magic. I should have been studying necromancy, I guess. But, valid. Very valid. And then I guess I'll incorporate fighting games at some point too. I just got to make sure I don't dox myself because some of these games do display names, so I want to make sure I don't obviously dox myself. But competitive nature, it can get frustrating, but it's kind of why I go back to Phasmophobia and like do my thing. I have played other horror games too. I have played some of the Outlasts. Change of career, no kidding, no kidding. Um, let's see, a couple other horror games. I have played this one game. Oh man, what was the name of it? It's like robbing the ghosts, if you will. At least that's like a rough summary of it. But yeah, it's like basically you are like a robber going into a house, and the catch here is that like you're being haunted by a ghost the whole time, and you have objectives to fill out before you can get out of there. So like it's kind of like it's kind of like a robber thief twist. So I have played Demonologist, which is like a HD 4K version of Phasmo. I'm not good. Is it Dread? Uh, let me take a look here. I don't think it. Oh wait. Dread. I don't think it is. I have played that though, but I don't think it. I don't for the life of me remember the name of it. Um, have played 7 Days to Die, Amnesia. I'm thinking about trying out some of those itch.io horror games that I've been seeing people play. I've never played them before, so like those look fun. I don't even know where to start with those guys. Um, there is a new game called Dark Hours that's out. It's essentially like yes, I have played Five Nights at Freddy. Not good at it, I'll tell you that. But yes, it just kind of blows my mind how far FNAF has come from like the humble beginnings of a security guard in a booth to like where it's at now is just mind blowing. Wait, is there a movie or something like that? Like I feel like there is or something. Like, but like seriously, the fan. Oh, there is. Okay, so yeah, so see how far it's come, like from humble, simple beginnings to like where it's at now. You know, it's crazy to me. It really is. And then there's so many. And then like, wait, so the game Poppy's Playground, is that related? Like, is that like a spin-off or something? I feel like it is. Like, it's kind of similar artwork or Poppy's Playtime. Yeah. So is that like same studio or no? No. Okay, so not related, but like similar idea, I assume. Okay. Okay. Separate. Okay. Separate. Separate. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah. So and I've seen stuff like that, and you know, it's so they're fun and all, but like it's getting tough for me to find a game that really scares me. In fact, the only one that came close, the only one that really came close is a game called Don't Scream. That one is fun to play for me. You go to a crime scene, and for I think it's like man, I think it's like 15 minutes or something like that. You're in the pitch black, and like the whole time you're just getting jump scared. And if you make like enough noise, your character dies. So like, yeah, that one got me a few times. I did die a few times, but when I first streamed it IRL, I think I did okay. I think I had what's called streamer's luck because I did end up beating it without like knowing what I was doing. And I was like, well, wow, that wasn't that exciting. And then I did it, I played it again, and it was like, okay, oh, this is a lot harder than I thought. Okay, so, you know, looking for really really good horror, but again, not everybody can do the horror. So, you know, but it's just a category that I'm good at. I'm okay at Elden Ring RPGs. I'm all right. Um, I've got quite a bit of my roster to check out. I am a Fallout fan. I do play Fallout, but like Fallout is cool, but like it's not, in my opinion, the most entertaining stream game. You know, like unless you're like a true blown fan, or if you got it modded like crazy, it's not the most fun in my opinion. I do play MMOs as well. Something that I don't think I will be streaming. Same thing. Like not as entertaining unless you're a huge fan. I do play all the major ones, whether it be the new Final Fantasy or WoW. I do play those, but I don't think I'll be bringing it to screen. Maybe not. I really don't think so. Did play Helldivers for a little while. Then it got a little repetitive, a little boring. I do play battle royales as well, whether it be pub, hunt showdown. I don't play the Call of Duties. I'm not a huge fan. I used to be a long time ago, but they I don't know, they've kind of melted into whatever it is now, and I'm not a huge fan. So I don't think that's for me. I've played the Killing Floors. I've played those. Those are okay. I might restart a character on Monster Hunter. I'm not bad at those. I might incorporate that as well. So there's that. Let's see what else I got here. But yeah, just to name off a couple of things, I'm not gonna necessarily stick to horror per se. I do excel at it, but I'm not necessarily gonna completely stick to it. So it'll I guess just depends on the day. We'll see what we'll play. So yeah. Ugh, hang on, I gotta de-shrimpify my back. Am I never scared? I can't say that. I think what happens here is I'm really good at internally screaming without externally screaming. I definitely will have moments where I'm like, but I'm really good at not, internally screaming. Inside, it is pure terror. Exterior, cold and calm. But trust you me, I am panicking on the inside, big time, big time. And then there's just some stuff that it doesn't really scare me, you know. It's kind of one of those like mental game things where like you know it's gonna happen, you know it's coming, you kind of prepare yourself, and it's like, okay, all right, I got it. Even though internally I'm like, oh, no. So it just I just roll with the punches. That's all. I just roll with them. So internal pain, yeah, exactly. Oh, this coffee went cold. That's great. Trust, exactly. Trust in the mage powers. You know, I should be okay. I hope, but you know, we'll find out. We'll find out. So everything's still good, guys. I mean, you know, that's all I'm really worried about. Is just making sure everything is working right. Kind of a test debut as well. Just making sure, you know, I'm not too loud. Yeah. My greatest trait, internal screaming. Exactly. Have you guys? I know Creative War Goblin has, but Gemini or Stargazer, have you guys ever played Phasmophobia or seen it at all? Which, if you haven't, I completely understand too. No, not yet. Okay. I know you were saying that. I think you said you're allergic to horror games, and that's like super valid. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. Yep. I knew it. I knew you would say you're allergic to it. Crank the mic volume. Okay. Give me a second here. Let's see if I can tweak that a little bit. And if not, I'll have to go back and tweak that a little bit more. But hold on, let me see if I can boost this. Let's kick it up by 2 decibels and see if that helps. All right, so I did tweak it a little bit. I'll probably end up going back offline and tweaking it more, just to make it a little bit stronger. So we'll see. Oh, cool, perfect. So it's safe to say then, Gemini, you try to avoid it at all costs, huh? Horror game therapy. That's a way to put it for sure. Definitely. Let me test something out really quick. I don't think I'm going to commit to it, but let me just test something really quick. Let me make sure. Shock therapy, no kidding. Let's see here. All right, let's get rid of that. Desktop audio test. Let's see here. Just kind of testing it out here really quick, just making sure. I think I need to increase the time my chat stays on screen as well.
Jobs ready for you.
FNF modes in the future, and you will see Gemini dying on the inside. I've seen a couple of them, and that's just kind of why I was asking. I was like, so no bueno, huh? How is the audio? Is everything? Is that too loud? Good. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You know what? All right. Fine. 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 I'm gonna do one round. One round. You can stick around if you want or not. That's fine. But I will do one round. I am. Move myself down a little bit. Okay. All right. So, if you've never played Phasmophobia, again, so let's take it from the top. Phasmophobia is a ghost detective game. It is like the show Ghost Hunters. If you've never seen it, they go into alleged haunted places, take a bunch of devices, test to see if the ghost is there. This game takes it a step further by figuring out exactly what type of ghost it is. So, if we take a look at the items here, so we have, one second, we have what's called dots, which will put a green screen on the ground, and if possible, if a ghost walks through it, we will see it materialize through it, in which case we can go ahead and rule out the piece of evidence. So the way it works here is our goal is to find it, figure it out, and then get out of there alive. So we have our evidence book here, which let me move out of the way. So we have our evidence over here. So on this screen, this is where we will figure out what type of ghost. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of them, and they all have their own characteristics, their own traits. So you know, like they're all different. So it's never going to be the same. But because of that, certain traits are easy to identify and kind of gives you an idea of, oh, well, this is this, oh, that is that, oh, it's one of those. So by system of elimination, we only need 3 pieces of evidence to identify the ghost. So say we have a thermostat and we find the ghost room and it drops below 0 Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. We go ahead and select that because that is classified as freezing temps. So we'll go ahead and mark that. And as you can see from the list, it's gonna come down to a certain amount of ghosts. So we start narrowing it down. Okay, all right, so going back to the dots, say we narrowed down, okay, we put down the field and we just saw it walk through. Okay, that definitely walked through it. We'll go ahead and mark that. Well, boom. Now we've got 2 left. Okay, and so, you know, okay, let's say, okay, so it's not spirit box. Okay, so we can also take a video camera in there and we put it in night vision mode. If we go to the alleged ghost room, because most ghosts operate out of one room, and it's easy to tell that it's in there because you either have telltale signs like you'll see your breath when your character breathes, or this, what's called a ghost orb. With the camera, you'll be able to see a little white orb just kind of floating around in there, and that's a telltale sign that it's in there, and it's definitely a ghost orb. And then boom, look at that. We had the freezing temps, we had the dots, the ghost orb. Boom, it's a Ure. We just solved it. We get back in our truck and we get out of there, and boom, mission solved. There are multiple maps in this game of various sizes. So it's really RNG as far as what ghost it is. Depending on the map, there's different sizes of them too. But my go-to is usually going to be this map here. It's the very first map that ever came out, and I like to consider it the training map because it's very consistent. Out there are also what's called cursed items that can help you out. One of them is called the cursed mirror, which if it spawns, we can pick it up, and then we left click with it, and it will show you the ghost room. Okay, but here's a catch that I didn't explain. So all the while we're in there, we have a sanity meter, which starts out at 100. As you go and progress, your sanity slowly starts to drop, and here's where it gets dangerous. So after a certain amount of percentage, the ghost will materialize and quote-unquote hunt, where it has a chance to, if it makes physical contact with you, you will die, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Unless you have other people, in which case, if they're still alive, they still have a chance. So that's another thing about the ghosts, is that certain ghosts will hunt at different percentages. A demon will hunt at basically 80%. But as a rule of thumb, most ghosts will hunt at about 50% sanity or less. So So if you go in there in the first 2 minutes and the ghost starts to hunt, we can kind of get an idea of like, oh, that's a demon, because he didn't even wait. He just went for it. So stuff like that. Using these cursed items reduces sanity hardcore. So it's kind of a give and take. So try not to use them unless you absolutely need to, or you can mess with your friends and use them immediately and start a hunt and not even tell them, and then they get got. So so I am going to run 1. I'm going to go ahead and run it on amateur. I won't run it on my usual professional just to make things easier. And just for demonstration purposes, again, I won't be running this the whole time. I know, again, I didn't plan on it, but I'm going to do 1 run just to give you an idea, and hopefully I can keep you calm by me explaining things, and the horror element will be kind of evaporated. So, but we'll see. We shall see. Thanks. All right, let's go. So yeah. All right, so here is our base of operations, our truck. We are safe in here, always safe in here. In fact, on certain difficulties, we recover sanity. But to expedite the sanity recovery, there are what's called sanitation pills, which if we take them, our sanity will come back. The way this game first started out with is you didn't have an option for better equipment. You were just kind of stuck with what you had. As your character levels up, you start to unlock better pieces of equipment. And by that, I mean a better camera, which has a better field of view, because trust me, the level 1 is not the greatest. And obviously the level 3 is one really big one with a huge screen on it. So like it just gets better. It gets better. So this is the current levels of stuff that I have. Same thing, the sanity pills will get better, i.e. it recovers more sanity than a normal one. So you get better candles. These are individual headsets that allow me to see, like say if I had a friend playing and they put that on and they turn it on, I come over to this, and as you can see, we have a camera display and I can see what they're seeing at that moment. So we can utilize this to safely observe the ghost room without actually being in there and reduce our sanity. So depending on the difficulty, most of your houses will start with the power on. So we're on amateur, so the power will definitely be on. But at the difficulty that I play, it starts off. So does the ghost eat the camera? No, but the ghost can yeet the camera if you don't put it on a stand. So yeah, you may get all the way back to the truck and see the camera's upside down or completely flipped. It's because they decided to throw it and interact with it. So that can be that can be kind of hard. So on our display here, it will also show us where the power breaker is, which is right up there. In case the power does go out, we know exactly where it's at to turn it back on. Keep in mind that sometimes the ghost turning off the power breaker can be a sign of a certain ghost. So just kind of keep that in mind. So, but again, we're on amateur, so don't expect anything crazy. Normally, on the difficulty that I play, I don't have what's called a grace period. This is a grace period right here, 5 minutes. Meaning that within the 5 minutes, no matter what, it cannot hunt you. You have plenty of time to kind of get an idea, figure it out before the actual timer goes away, and then now we're subject to sanity loss and we have a chance to get hunted. So we have 5 minutes on amateur, the easiest difficulty, so we're very, very safe. You do have side objectives here that you can fill out on top of figuring out the ghost, and all it does, speed run the house for 5 minutes. Exactly. So all it does is this game pays you money per successful hunts. This money you use to pay for equipment and upgrades. So it just kind of goes from there. There isn't really any cosmetic stuff or anything like that. So okay, let's start out. My go-to is going to be the camera, so I'm going to put that on the stand. I'm going to grab one of these guys, which is the dots field that we were talking about earlier, and then I'm going to grab an EMF, which when you turn it on, it scans the electromagnetic frequency of the room. So if it throws something, this little reader will go off, and it'll give me a certain reading. Now, it can go off, but it won't be, like, it'll only be like a level 2 or a level 3. For it to be an absolute piece of evidence, as you see here, it has to be level 5. So all of those little lights have to light up to be considered a piece of evidence for it. So in the meantime, it can throw stuff and be a 3, a 2, so we can't quite exactly count on it until it does go to 5. So you can only carry 3 items. As of the update, you can carry a lighter that doesn't take up a 4th slot, so we can carry that. And obviously, you know, you can use the lighter to light up candles. Staying in the light will, just put that down. Staying in the light will reduce sanity, or I'm serious, will get rid of your sanity drain, so you want to stay in the light as much as possible. Candles negate sanity loss as well. But the ghost can put out the candle, so be careful of that. Okay, so we've got our dots, we've got our EMF, we've got our camera. We know what to do. Let's get in there. We'll grab our house key. We'll open up the truck. Oh, and every time you come to a map, there's different weather conditions. We got lucky because it's a full moon, so it's relatively light. Sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's raining with the thunderstorms. It's kind of hard to hear, so we got lucky. Okay, right now we're seeing the normal camera being displayed here. Let me just move myself really quick. So right now, we can see the camera on our screen, right? So if I right click, we now have night vision mode. This is going to be key to finding a ghost orb if there is one. So let's go get in there. This is made on Unreal's Unity engine, so a lot of stuff is kind of realistic to a degree. So we'll go ahead and look around. The power should be on, so we can go ahead and just flip a light, and now we have light. So I like to go systematically and scan every room with the camera to see if we have a ghost orb. And as you can see, nothing in here. So we'll go ahead and close the door, open up this one, nothing. Okay, we'll move on. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so when the ghost does hunt, it's not all hope is lost. There are what are called hiding spots, which case, like, this is a hiding spot. So if the ghost is hunting, I can come in here, close the door, and I'm relatively safe so long as I don't really make too much noise or I don't have a piece of equipment on, because those can attract the ghost. So, and let's go ahead and check this other room. Nada. Okay. Any cursed items in here? Nope. Okay. Let's move on. I think I did hear something over here. Let's double check. Nothing. Let's go ahead and check in here. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in the living room. Nothing in the kitchen. What about the laundry room, utility room? Nothing. The garage. Nada. Okay, so not in here. It's not really interacting with stuff. So your guess is as good as mine as to where it's at. Let's go check the basement. Hello? Where is it? We must find it. Hello? Okay, so it's not really interacting with anything. Oh, we have what's called a ghost event. There it is. It's affecting our sanity as we speak, so let's turn on the light. And there it is. Kind of ethereal. Okay, so walk up to it to get rid of it. So because the ghost event is here, I'm gonna guess that it's over here in the living room. So let's go ahead and put down a dots field. Boom. Now, oh, okay, that's unusual. It just set off the car alarm in the garage. So let's go pick up the key to turn off the car alarm. I guess it's in the garage, so let's go over there. Shh, 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 shh. Okay. Oh, look. That's a ghost orb. It is in the garage. So there we go. We have our first piece of evidence. It's definitely in here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put down our camera. We'll go over to our journal and hit ghost orb. Boom. It just interacted with something in here, so let's turn on the light. I think it did touch the locker. Look at that. EMF 2, so not 5, but it definitely is in here. Let's go back to the other room and grab our dots field. Keep on as many lights as possible. Maintain our sanity. We'll go. I went through a hammer. Okay. Let's put a dots field here. We will turn off the light and we will. Oh, look at that. Freezing breath. We can see our breath in here. Okay. So let's go get some more stuff to rule out, other pieces of evidence. But we have ghost orbs so far. And if we take a look at our journal, we've kind of narrowed it down a little bit. Goodness. And it kind of got a better idea of what it exactly might be. So we will see. We will see. Our sanity has come down because we were in the ghost room and it did try to scare us. So it did come down a little bit. As a safeguard, let's take a pill. And there it goes back up. Okay. Let's go over and check out the camera. And we can see that the ghost orb has moved. Let's move the camera a little bit. Where did it go? Oh, this is going to be a tricky one, isn't it? Okay. Let's put down another field. Here we have what's called ghost writing, which has a chance to write in our book if applicable. Not always the case, but it's good to set one down just in case it does interact with one. We'll know. We'll know. So we'll come back over here. We'll put down, I guess let's put down another field here. And then we'll go ahead and set ghost writing right here. And every item has a field radius to it, so the ghost book does cover this whole area. Where was that? Where did it throw? Did it throw something? I thought it... Hello? Okay, well, I guess not. Let's turn off the light and let's double check to make sure our ghost orb is still in here. While it's not very common, sometimes the ghosts will change rooms. Hello? I feel like it's changed rooms. Let's try our voice box. What? Okay, it's definitely still in here. The voice box allows me to ask it questions, and sometimes the ghost will respond. Let's find out. Are you friendly? Where are you? How old are you? Okay, so nothing on that. So don't necessarily rule out the voice box just yet. Sometimes they interact later on. We'll find out. So, good sir, you lost him. I have. He's a slippery one. And yet our sanity is still up. It's interacted with something in there. Let's stare at this screen for a tiny bit. Sometimes, let's still get our ghost. No, okay. Sometimes the ghosts will pop out on camera without us being there. Only one way to find out, though. Oh, there's the orb. And look. There it is. Walk through our ghost field. So that is a dots interaction. We can go over here and boom, dots. Now we need one more piece of evidence. Now, eventually, if you do play this game, it has a weapon. Take him down. So Eventually, you could go the normal route and keep testing it out, or you could do what I do and start ruling out by system of elimination. So, if I were to highlight a piece of evidence and all of the ghost names go away, means that that can't be that evidence. So, example, if I were to select, let's see here, spirit. Okay. So terrible example here. Terrible example. But sometimes when you have two pieces of evidence and you select another piece of evidence, all of these go away. Here, I guess I'll pick 4. There we go. So it'll look like this, meaning that okay, it won't be that piece of evidence because it's impossible. It won't. It just can't. So we can effectively rule out that piece of evidence without having to worry about whether it is or isn't. Because of that same system of elimination, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts, and I have 5 pieces of evidence to scan for. So if it is freezing temps, it would obviously be a Yurei. If I have ghost writing, it would be a Thay. And so on and so forth. So we can use that to kind of gauge what we might need in there. So right now we have a ghost book. So we're good on that. We have ghost orb. We have dots. But the ghost book hasn't been written in, so we'll go double check that here in a second. In the meantime, let's go check for UV. When a ghost interacts with a door, it has a chance to leave a fingerprint or handprint on the door. This UV light will help us see that. Let's also test for freezing temperatures with our handy dandy thermostat. And again, we'll just kind of start ruling stuff out. I'm going to take a candle in there to see, it'll help out with the sanity, and certain ghosts don't like flame. So if it gets crazy after the candle goes out or puts out the candle and it gets crazy, then it kind of gives me an idea of exactly what it might be. So we'll go ahead and let's double check our book. Nothing has been written in the book, so can't be that. It's doing another ghost event. It's trying to reduce my sanity. There it is. We'll walk up to it to get rid of it. It did close the door, so did it interact with it? Nothing. Okay. The EMF is at 2. Oh, there goes the door interaction. But as we see, we don't have a handprint, which is not typically unusual, but usually we do have a handprint. So we can kind of, for the most part, eliminate the ultraviolet evidence because it just doesn't have one. So let's go ahead and scan for our temperatures. And look at that. So I have my temperature set to Fahrenheit. So it's at 20.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Fahrenheit 32 degrees is freezing. So below that is obviously freezing temperatures. So we have freezing temperatures. And that brings us to a Yurei. Boom. We have all 3 pieces of evidence. We have solved it. And unless you're trying to complete the side objectives, we're done here. We're good. We pick our ghost, we get back in the truck, and we're done. That's all she wrote. Easy money. We'll go ahead and hit our keypad again. We'll close the truck, and we're gone. And I can explain some more of this stuff a little bit more in detail, but again, this is just kind of a rough idea of like how the game operates. And look at that.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Yeah, so we missed out a lot on the side objectives. Obviously, as you can see, we couldn't get those unless I had done it. And look at that. Discover the ghost type. And that's it. But thank you. I try to make it seem easy for sure, but this game can bamboozle you sometimes. And you have a lot of different maps. A lot of them are tough. Some of them are huge. Absolutely huge. Like, so if I hover over this map and we look over here to the top right, over here in this section, this will give you an idea of how many, we're alive, how many doors and how many staircases are in a house. And as you saw, that place that we were at, it's not terribly big. It's medium. But there are maps in this game, such as the prison, that has 29 doors and two stairs, but it is a massive map. And then, of course, you've got the one place that I really don't like going, which is the insane asylum called Sunny Meadows. That place has 69 doors or 69 rooms. Yeah, it is huge. Huge, and it could be anywhere. Oh, absolutely. In the game, what they did when they updated the Insane Asylum 2 is that they incorporated like hallway screams. So like at first it was hard to figure out if that's the ghost or if that's just, game background noise. It was really tough figuring that out. So yeah, it's not fun in those maps. Um, and you've got farmhouses too that are just creep me out. I hate going to the farmhouses. And then we get our new map, Point Hope, which is all entirely inside a lighthouse, which has some bugs, so they really need to work on that. But for the most part, I operate out of these couple maps and the houses. So, yeah. But that's Phasmophobia. Took me a while. Took me a while to figure out this game and identify ghosts appropriately. Because some of them, like I said, have different traits, different things, perks to them. So, yeah. I'm going to take you back over here. So it's stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe I can slowly get more people into these types of games, provided that I can keep them calm and explain everything. But it ultimately comes down to you, you know, because there are some jump scares as far as like the ghost interactions that we saw. You know, it's not always like that. Sometimes it'll like send a orb, and the orb will chase you down, and it'll do like a giant ghost scream. And that's that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. In which case, anytime it does interact with you, it will try to scare you. Let me see here. Let me see if I have it. I do have sound alerts active as well, which I'll probably go ahead and put in that ghost scream, which I put it deliberately on there so if anybody's watching with me, they can mess with me. Sound alerts is somewhere on my screen. I think on the top right over here. I'll go ahead and play one in the meantime. Like for example, here's a Phasmophobia door interaction alert. Which can really mess with me if I'm really trying hard to find the ghost room and I hear that door sound and thinking, oh, that's a door interaction. Then it didn't. Yeah, exactly. So I've set it up. I've set myself up for failure so that people can mess with me. Yeah, the cat. I customize that so that I can, sometimes it'll be like, oh, we got a door, and then there's nothing. It turns out, oh, it was a sound alert. Like, oh, great. Same thing here. I've got the EMF 5. This would sound like, yeah. Me not knowing, thinking it actually is an interaction when it's not. Like, so yeah, I've set myself up like that so that anybody on here can mess with me if I'm playing Phasmo. It can get problematic, to say the least, for sure. And then I've got some fun stuff on sound alerts too, so please feel free to use them. I'm open to I know I'm open to suggestions for stuff for sound alerts. I've got a couple funny ones. I've got some meme stuff on here. And then of course I've got one of my favorites. Pedro, 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 prácticamente el medio y Santa Fe. Pedro, 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 Pedro. Yeah. I'll probably adjust volumes later, but yeah. So feel free to utilize the sound alerts. If you don't already have the extension, you can go over to your top right, I think, and then go over to Creator Dashboard, if I'm not mistaken, then go over to Extensions, and then just type in Sound Alerts, and you should be able to access them. I already have it on my screen if you don't already see it, so you can feel free to interact with it. I'll be adding a lot more. So I've got a couple on here suggested by friends, so some of them are just like, okay, I guess I'll put it on there. So, like for example, I was requested this one. Sound alert warning. Yeah, you get the idea. You get the idea. So we try to make this a fun place to be. Hopefully I can make you laugh. Hopefully I can keep you entertained. I certainly won't try to make you cry or scared or upset. That's not my goal here. So, yeah. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think this is pretty good for a debut, I guess. I certainly had fun. And of course, there isn't exactly a guide out there for debuting. A lot of people will tell you, yes, there is. But listen, I'm just going to do my own thing and have fun while I'm at it. So, and I'm so happy and thankful that everyone is here. Anybody and everybody that's here, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my debut. I will be making more. I will be streaming more. And definitely more to come in the future. Definitely more. So thank you, Stargazer. It was a pleasure as well. Absolutely. And Star Captain, thank you so much, guys, for being here. If your guys are okay with it, I think I may send you over to another person that thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna send you over to somebody that inspired me to even do this in the beginning, to be in this at all. You know, I had my doubts, I had my thoughts about it, and I'll never be able to do it. But I decided to go ahead and try it anyways, and here I am, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so happy to be here. So yeah, more to come in the future. But if you guys are okay with it, I'm gonna send you over to one of the people that really, really inspired me to start all this. She's an amazing person. Her name is Rainey Renton. It's her birthday today, so if you decide to stick around and for the raid and definitely decide to watch a little bit of her, at least wish her a happy birthday. It's gonna be a happy birthday raid. So again, thank you for stopping by. You don't have to be a part of the raid. You don't have to stick around, but whoever else does, I will send you over there. I just trying to be thankful for the person that did inspire me to do this altogether. She has an amazing model, by the way. Her tracking is beyond crazy, like really, really nice. She has an Instagram as well, so definitely check her out. And if at all possible, again, be respectful, be nice. But yeah, I will send you guys over. Thank you again for being here. I'll be back. Bye-bye.